Well, hello there, folks. Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland. Money in the Bank 2017 is over, and what the fuck? Not talking about the winner of the Money in the Bank men's match. I'm not talking about that. This is going to be a quick review. Obviously, as you can see, Echo showing us on Twitter, Chris is not here. He is spending time with his family. All good. He'll be back for Raw and SmackDown tomorrow. And honestly, I think him and I would have been really bored by this. Now, I want to make it clear, Money in the Bank, overall, with everything taken together, it was better than Extreme Rules. But that's not saying much, because Extreme Rules, besides the main event, was pretty shit because of some of the decisions. So, one, on the pre-show, Dasha looked lovelier than ever tonight. I think, seriously, she looked absolutely amazing. Have no idea what Booker was saying. Hype Bros versus the Colognes. It was okay. It was nice to see Zack Ryder back in the ring. Hype Bros get the win. Cool. Zack Ryder heel turns coming. When they don't win the tag titles at SummerSlam, watch it happen. Whoever had the sign, localized Mother 3 sign, I salute you. Awesome Earthbound reference. Earthbound in the States, that is. It was called Mother in Japan. Earthbound was an underrated RPG. Anyway, main show. They only had 5 announced matches for the main card, and they added one on here. But look, I mean, it's like, okay, it just... You had the women's match, and look, Charlotte, Becky, Tamina, Carmella with James Ellsworth and Natty. There was a good vid package showing the past women and everything, excluding Chyna, but showing Victoria and a lot of women like Trish, Lita, and a lot of really cool women. And that was really nice, and they made this match seem important. And having the women open the show to get this crowd hot, smart move. There were good spots. There were plenty of good spots. Charlotte doing a tumble to the outside. And there was good stuff to it. Now I want to get to the finish. I had a feeling that Ellsworth would help Carmella win, maybe by tipping the ladder over and Carmella climbing up, and getting the ladder. Or climbing up the ladder rather than getting the briefcase. I can't... It's a way to get heat on Carmella. I totally understand that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's going to be addressed by Daniel Bryan and Shane on SmackDown, which... I mean, that kind of just... basically negates the whole thing of this being the first women's Money in the Bank match, though, is that you had a man do, this to get the win for Carmella. It would have been one thing if he interfered, threw the ladder over, and then Carmella had climbed up and gotten it. I didn't have as much of a problem with it, but I see why people did. However, that being said, it did take away from the match. It did help get great heat on Carmella, and I think Carmella was... As much as I want Natty to win, Carmella was the right choice. Charlotte's plenty established. Tamina, there's no damn way Tamina matters really anymore. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. Becky will be just fine also. Becky and Charlotte will be just fine. Natty, I mean, I wish Natty had won, but Carmella was the one that was probably going to get, could benefit most from this. A bit of a, new talent movement. Whether Carmella's ready or not will, be up in the air. Who knows? By the time some people watch this review, by the time SmackDown's up in 2 days, you could be watching Carmella either getting stripped of the Money in the Bank briefcase, or she cashes in on Naomi during the night in a rematch. Say Lana gets a rematch against Naomi or something, and then Carmella has to get stripped of the title, and something happens or whatever. Maybe the title gets put up in a in a women's ladder match on a future SmackDown or something. The bottom line is Carmella won. I get why people are upset about Ellsworth interfering. I don't blame I don't blame Ellsworth. That's how they booked him. That bothered me less than some of the other decisions, because it got heat on Carmella, and that's how you're supposed to get heat on a heel. And at least for her, it was an expected win. It did take away from the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and these women did deserve better. But I'm not as upset about this whole ending as others are. I get why people are, though, and it took what could have been probably a B+ match and knocked it down to, I would say, a B-, and that's all due respect to the bumps that the women took. Hopefully they get another chance to show their stuff, maybe on a free Money in the Bank match on a future SmackDown, or even this Tuesday. Usos versus New Day. Good pace, cheap finish. I mean, that's really what it was. It was a very good pace, and it was well done. Plenty of false finishes. Usos winning by countout, I felt could happen, and it's a way to extend the feud where New Day will, say, take the titles from, let's say, Battleground. And then New Day could drop the titles at SummerSlam or soon after to a new team, like maybe drop them to American Alpha again, maybe drop them to Breezango, or something like that. Usos, it extended the feud, but it's like the Usos just seemed like lazy, where they're like, okay, they said, hey, we're having this great match. Creative's like, we're having this great match. Okay, cut out and do a count out. It just seemed cheap. Seemed pretty damn cheap. Still, it was a well-worked match. It did just have a bit of a cheap finish. But it's a way to extend the feud, but it felt like they were almost phoning it in. And I'm not saying the talent, but Creative was phoning it in on this pay-per-view because of some of the finishes. It was just kind of shit. And then you had Lana versus Naomi. First off, Lana did a lot better in the ring than I thought she would. It was decent, but it was flat. And that's because people didn't really know what to expect from Lana. But you had Carmella come down, you know, it's like, oh, looks like she's going to cash in. And looked like she could have and made a triple threat and maybe pinned Lana or pinned Naomi, and then Lana could have had a case, hey, I deserve, you know, a title shot, and Naomi's like, I'm going to invoke my rematch clause and stuff like that, and you could have had a good, you know, feeling to it. It just felt like they probably should have capitalized on that and maybe had it where Carmella had cashed in, and then she could have maybe been stripped of the title on Tuesday or something. That was a bit of a lost opportunity. The match was pretty flat, but I don't think this feud's done. But Lana losing clean, though, it makes me think, like, okay, she's early on, maybe it'll be fine, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like I thought they might do a DQ finish or something. Naomi getting a clean win doesn't bother me. I'm just a bit surprised that they went that route. And at least Naomi got the clean win. Still think the cash out or cash in should have happened, though. Only because it'll not having a cash in when you had 2 Money in the Bank, you know, ladder matches. You really had a chance to do something. Match was flat, but Naomi retained, so okay, all good. Fashion Files, it was better than the creative decisions that they've had. It was okay, and they found out the Ascension attacked them. Big shock. They were the only team. Besides, maybe somebody thought American Alpha might go heel, but they didn't. Mike and Maria, good to see them back in the ring. Well, okay, they were on the stage, and it was a weird theme, and they're like a love guru type couple, or we're in love, and we're going to show you how to be in love. I'm okay with it, and they're Mike and Maria Kanellis, because Impact Wrestling is being stupid with the whole Bennett name, despite the fact that's their legal fucking name, or maybe they just wanted to call him Kanellis, maybe since that was Maria's last name. I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's, you know, legalities or WWE just wanted to change the name a bit. Who knows? Good to see him back in the ring, though. Can't wait to see what they do. Jinder versus Orton. They had all these legends at ringside. You had Greg Gagne. Glad to see him still around. Larry the Axe Hennig, same. Baron Von Raschke. Cool. Sergeant Slaughter, Bob Orton, and Ric Flair, of course. You know, Randy Orton's dad. And what do you think's going to happen? It's Randy Orton's hometown. Jinder is not a bad wrestler. He's just not a very interesting wrestler, and he's still not that good because he used some of the Legends finishers, like he used the he used Ric Flair's figure 4 and everything. I heard people had done the figure 4 before Ric Flair, but Ric Flair made it really popular and everything, or at least mainstream. But it just wasn't very good, and we knew that Orton was going to lose. We knew Orton was going to lose. He took out the Singh brothers, and I'm like, good. I mean, now the Singh brothers are living their dream, honoring their grandpa's memory. That's great. The characters are annoying as more go-away heat than anything. Jinder is a terrible, terrible fucking WWE champion. And it's fine if you guys think otherwise. That's fine. I can't stand Jinder. I can't wait to see him lose the title. And I think what's going to happen is I think he's going to face Cena on July 4th. He's going to either face Cena on July 4th, beat him by shady shenanigans, and face Cena again at SummerSlam, or face Sami Zayn at SummerSlam, and we're going to have a cash-in then. We're going to have a cash-in at SummerSlam regardless. Or we could have it on July 4th if Cena somehow beats Jinder. But it just wasn't good because Jinder's just not interesting. He's just not, and he's a terrible WWE champion, and just flat, and this is pissing and shitting on the legacy of the WWE title. And I have no problem with them doing something new and something different, but you're taking a jobber and you're making him the champion, and he's not believable. It's just not believable. It's like, you guys want to buy into it? Fine. I don't buy into it. It's shitting on the legacy of the belt. The WWE Championship, anyway. WCW did far worse things to their championship. But, yeah, it was flat. It just wasn't that good. I mean, Orton losing was a foregone conclusion. I knew he was going to, but the fact that he lost basically clean. I mean, yeah, he interfered, he attacked Singh brothers and all that and everything, but then You know, Jinder picks him up and the Colossus or the Colossi or whatever the hell his damn move is called. I don't care. He could just use the power of his back knee to lift him up and everything. It just actually he should have jammed him in the eye with his back knee or whatever, and then that would have blinded Orton and he could have pinned him. It was just bad. And then it was nice that Orton took out the Singh Brothers. It was not that good. And then you had the Ascension versus Breezango. Breezango won. Cool, whatever. Styles, Owens, Ziggler, Zayn, Corbin, Nakamura taken out during the entrance by Corbin. Great heat for Corbin. Boy, everyone just got spots in. Zayn just, you know, sunset flip off the ladder to Ziggler, destroying Kevin Owens on the apron. Kevin Owens getting destroyed on a couple ladders. Styles getting chokeslammed. Corbin getting kneed by Nakamura, who made his return, and that was great. And Rusev trolling us on Twitter with, oh, here we go, I'm going to do a run-in, or this kind of stuff, and he didn't. Please have him return on SmackDown, please. It's been long enough. If he's cleared, fucking have Rusev return. He should have returned during the Jinder Orton match, in my opinion. He should have just done that, because that could have made the feud more interesting. Sorry, that feud is not interesting. But Owens hit hard. Tons of great spots. Too many to mention. Nakamura got a loud pop. Nakamura versus Styles at SummerSlam is a foregone conclusion, in my opinion. Don't blow it. Don't have it at Battleground. Do not have it at Battleground. Wait. Build towards it till SummerSlam. Have them compete maybe against the Usos for the tag titles at, you know, say, Battleground. Maybe Nakamura, Styles versus the Usos versus New Day at Battleground for the tag titles. Nakamura and Styles don't capture the tag titles, go to war, and then you have that match at SummerSlam. Something like that. But great spots. I mean, I hope that nobody got injured in that match. I hope nobody got injured. But honestly, like, a lot of the booking decisions, like, it just made the pay-per-view, the main event made up for a lot of some of the bad decisions of the pay-per-view and some of the throwaway stuff. I will give them that. I wish that they had not used the women the way they had and maybe made the ladder match mean a little more. Even though they had open, the finish, while I didn't mind it, did take away from it. So I get both sides. I mean, this was SmackDown's chance to really do well. And I get this Father's Day, so there were some people tuned out and everything. And I mean, and that's why I'm doing this review or whatever. My parents were out and about, you know, a couple cities over, taking care of stuff or whatever, and I was at home. I didn't have a chance to go spend time with my father for Father's Day. Oh well. Coach Yona's spending time with his father. You know, it's all good. We're all spending time with our parents. I totally get that, but just this was a flat show. Now, was it better than Extreme Rules? Yes, it was better than Extreme Rules. The 5-way and at Extreme Rules, the main event was very fun and saved the pay-per-view from being a D. This saved it from being this thing saved it from being a D. This was a C+ show. And I'm only giving it a C+ for the efforts of all 6 guys in the Money in the Bank. And by the way, Corbin won, as he should have. Corbin should have won. And that's absolutely what should have happened. So I'm all for that. So yes, this review, kind of short, but honestly, a lot of it was flat, but the main event did save it from being a total shit show. They should have booked the women better, and some of the other stuff was flat. The main event did help save it. C+ show. What do you guys think? Do you agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, comment, subscribe. My Twitter link is in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. I'll be back for Raw and SmackDown, and I'll see you soon.